Let's draw a fox, shall we? So, I like drawing foxes. It's a fairly common occurrence, so I decided to record this one. There are a lot of sketches I do that often get just thrown away, essentially. I look at it, I decide I hate it, and I delete the thing. Sometimes I keep them, but a lot of the drawings I don't like, I delete. I do tend to keep commissioners' drawings, though. I tend to keep those around for a long time. I always just sort of think, just in case. I mean, I literally have stuff from 2010 in my folder from when someone commissioned me back then and stuff like that. Although, back then, I sold out for like a penny or a sweetie. Can't quite do that anymore. So, yeah, generally sketches like this would get deleted. But for this particular one, I'm probably going to keep it because I decided to make a video on it. And this just sort of shows the way I'm drawing this one, because I like to draw them all the time, and I might as well have at least one video of me drawing a fox. And then this is me just working on the line art layer now. So this is the layer that's supposed to look neater, but since I like to make it fuzzy, it doesn't always look neater. Even had to fix the jaw there because I've already messed up, and you know, you want it to be as neat as possible and as good looking as possible. Of course, I always look at it afterwards and I think, oh god, I hate it. But, I do think that muzzle definitely needed to be lifted up a little bit. And I think it's in a good position now. Of course, if I probably put it next to an actual fox, I'd probably look at it and go, oh my god, what was I thinking? But for the time being, I like that muzzle. There is another thing I hate about this drawing. It is the feet at the bottom. You can actually see a little bit later on in the video a bit of rage I was having around those feet. I definitely did not have fun doing those feet. God. I had something else in my mind. I couldn't quite get it to work, and I tried something different, didn't work, so then I went back, and it was a bit of a mess. But I don't generally like drawing hind feet in sitting position anyway, but that was why I decided to do that in this video. I like to try and almost force myself to draw things I don't necessarily want to draw, and then supposedly you get better at it, but I've been drawing for quite a while now, and I guess I am better, but not as much as I'd like to be. I mean, if I had my way, I would draw masterpieces everywhere. I would look at a pizza box and suddenly draw on it, and suddenly the moaning Lisa's there or something. Moaning Lisa, Mona Lisa. Though she may moan, she does look like a bit of a moaner. And I do love doing tufty, fluffy necks. Tufty fluffs. I had some issues here as well. I was like, straight line, straight line, straight line. That'll do. And I gave up. I mean, it doesn't have to be that straight. It's actually slightly wonky, but if you look at a dog's leg, it's actually quite bendy, especially if you get one of those, I guess, pit bull looking things. The, what are they? Stafford Terriers. Like, they have quite bowed legs. Bull Terriers have really bowed legs as well. I think it looks really odd. It's like a little circle that their legs are trying to make. Or, English Bulldog. They are the worst for it. They barely even have legs. There's even a guy who's breeding them to make them look like frogs or something. And they have these tiny legs that are like barely functional. I mean, this should not turn into a debate about whether or not dog breeding is ethical or anything like that. I'm trying to be serious here. Serious, very serious. As you can see here, I am correcting the original sketch because I thought the foot looked a bit odd. So now I'm looking at it, the ankle looks a bit odd, and now I want to change the ankle, but it's too late. It has been drawn, and this is just the recording afterwards, so I can't change anything. And this is the point I mentioned earlier. I decided I hated the way that foot was going. I was going to do something else, try to make the foot facing towards the camera a little bit more, and you're just going to watch me trying to make it work. It doesn't work. Actually, I should leave the suspense. I shouldn't tell you that it doesn't work. It does work. It works very well. Watch the suspense unravel. And I accidentally deleted the entire layer, so the tail is gone at that point too. But I'd completed most of it, and the tail is one of the easiest things to draw, if you ask me. And I was just like, a little line. I know where the tail's supposed to go. It comes out the butt. And I was trying to work out perspective at this point, but it wasn't sitting right. Especially as the other hind leg is higher up than the front leg. I mean, that is something that happens if, for example, you're watching a dog sit down. Its front legs will sit a bit further forward. But trying to make that work out with the other leg just was not working. I mean, I'm just trying to draw toes here, and I'm even messing that up in the nails, and that should be fairly easy. I mean, one of these toes is significantly bigger than all the rest, and then it's the wrong size compared to the one next to it. And if you broke your foot, that's what it would look like. Very accurate representation there. And I was trying to get rid of it to go back in time, because I decided at that point that my plan was not working and I just needed to go back to how I was before. And then while I was drawing sort of how it was before, I actually made it so that the hock, or the heel, of the fox was sort of further along. And that actually fixed the problem I was having. It actually looked a lot better from that point. Or at least I think it looks a lot better from that point compared to the original starting sketch. And this is just me doing the tail again. The tail barely takes any time at all. Just little tufties all the way. Well, not on the bottom, because of course it's a vesting. But just tufties. Doesn't take that long at all. I said that, and of course I have an awkward silent moment. I decided I didn't like the eye anymore, so I got rid of his eye and made it bigger, because it just looked a bit small. So I redid the eye, and then it was time to actually redo a bit of the cheek. Now, you may be wondering why I did that. It's that I originally started in a much larger pen size, so it looked off compared to the rest of it, because the rest of it had much finer lines, so I removed it and replaced it with a bit finer lining just to make it look a bit more neat and what's the word? And when things all match together and look the same. I don't know the word for that, and it's going to bug me. And then, for this bit I was highlighting all the bits. See, I highlight it on the outside, especially when I do the fuzzy fur. It's just a lot easier to do it on the outside. I actually learnt this technique in a stream with one of my friends, and I realised he was doing it that way, and I was like, oh my god, that's such an easier way to do things. So you highlight it outside, and then you invert selection, and then it's completely clear on the inside, so I didn't have to bother doing all the fur again, I didn't have to bother, highlighting all the inner bits and all that stuff. So that is a much easier way, and I'm quite happy I've used that. And then I was colouring it in. Now, I was originally thinking of doing Steve for this one, Steve being my fox character, and then I just thought, no, I draw him too much. Like, I draw him all the time. Almost every time I draw a fox, it's going to be Steve, or maybe Zelaine, but most people don't see Zelaine. Yeah, he's a Colkio Fox character. So I decided I'm just going to draw something. It's going to be a fox. I'm going to give it whatever markings I feel like, foxy markings. It doesn't even have a name. It's not a character, it's just a fox I decided to draw that was not going to be one of the foxes I already have. And then, I was just filling in the basics at this point. White underside is very foxy, and then a little bit of white on the inner legs. Again, something very common that you see in foxes. So I was just filling all of this in. Takes a little bit of time. I mean, I'm not a big fan of colouring, if I'm honest, but I guess it's better than having to, for example, highly detail it and put all the fur bits in, because nothing quite makes me rage like having to do fur detail or high quality detail on a drawing. And you're there trying to draw all the different tufts, especially, and the tail where you saw I did that extra tufty bit. Things like that really need to flow together, and it all needs to match. So colouring's not that bad, but I do find it takes a while, and it can be a little bit frustrating, especially when you have to do each individual nail. And then I was drawing on the wrong layer there. I can feel the rage already. Just the quiet burning rage. I mean, I guess I could have done it so this was a fully drawn and then fully shaded piece. I just sort of show you how I shade things, but after colouring the drawing, usually I'm good. Like, I'm done. There you go. I'm like, yep, that's enough of a fox. You know, don't need any extra fox. I mean, I have a fox comic, and I decided for chapter 2 I was going to shade it, and it's a decision I don't think I have ever gotten used to, and I still don't like it. Like, it takes a long time to do them, especially when there's a human in it. Oh God, human! What is that? Trying to draw humans. Oof, the pain of it all. This little fox has got quite a bit of character. I mean, I literally just pulled it out of my arse and decided this is going to be a fox. I think it looks quite nice. I mean, who knows? Maybe I will keep it, but I've got a lot of fox characters. I've got far too many fox characters. I don't think I'm going to keep it. It will just be a cute little picture to sit in my gallery and remind me of that one time I decided to do a video. And then, yeah, here I am now. And yeah, I added a little extra black on the back just to make it look a bit more unique and not just like a bog standard white and red fox. Give it a bit more colour on the background. Ooh, I noticed I hadn't deleted the tail sketch, so I had to rub that out. But otherwise, yeah, it was pretty much done. A little bit of background, not much because I hate backgrounds. Whiskers, yeah, whiskers, that's fine. And then it'll be the name next, I think. Yeah, there comes the name. And that should be it. So, hope you enjoyed watching, and goodbye from Cursico. When my name is finished. Ding! Bye bye.